Good morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 224 in part 2 of the workbook. We have a special thought. That's what the introduction calls it, a special thought. I'd call it a central thought, but we'll stick with the book. A special thought, and our special thought guiding this particular section is what is forgiveness. So each day since we began, I've been reading one paragraph of the what is forgiveness, going back and coming forward. That's what we're going to do now. What is forgiveness? Forgiveness recognizes what you thought your brother did to you has not occurred. It does not pardon sins and make them real. It sees there was no sin. It doesn't pardon it and make it real, because if we pardon something, that means that at one point it was real. At least it was real to us. So that's why forgiveness doesn't pardon the sin and make it real. It just sees there was no sin. And in that view are all your sins forgiven. What is sin except a false idea about God's child? Forgiveness merely sees its falsity, it wasn't true, and therefore lets it go. What then is free to take its place is now the will of God, what God wills for us. Truth. An unforgiving thought is one which makes a judgment that it will not raise to doubt, although it is not true. The mind is closed and will not be released. It's clamped shut. The thought protects projection, tightening its chains so that distortions are more veiled and more obscure, less easily accessible to doubt, and further kept from reason. If I keep something in the dark, the light cannot shine upon it. When the light shines upon something, it brings in the truth. What can come between a fixed projection and the aim that it has chosen as its wanted goal, its target? An unforgiving thought does many things. In frantic action, it pursues its goal, twisting and overturning what it sees as interfering with its chosen path, its target. Again, I'm fixed on that. Distortion is its purpose of the unforgiving thought, and the means by which it would accomplish it as well. It sets about its furious attempts to smash reality. Now remember, forgiveness sees that there was no sin, so it allows reality to come forth. To smash reality without concern for anything that would appear to pose a contradiction to its point of view. Again, I don't want to know the truth. I want to hold on to my unforgiving thoughts. Today's new paragraph. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is still and quietly does nothing. It offends no aspect of reality, nor seeks to twist it to appearances it likes. Forgiveness merely looks and waits and judges not. He who would not forgive must judge, for he must justify his failure to forgive. I need a reason. I'm going to prove to you why I will not forgive that incident, that person, that circumstance, because I have to justify it. So I'm going to elaborate upon it and make it bigger. It still won't be real, but I will present a case as to why I refuse to forgive. But he who would forgive himself must learn to welcome truth exactly as it is. I let truth be what it is. Remember that truth is true and nothing else is true. Forgiveness shows me the truth. Now today's lesson, did I say subscribe? Today's lesson is, God is my Father and He loves His Son. I am going to be bringing in, which I've already done, I'm just telling you now, this is what I'm going to continue to do, to bring in titles of previous lessons from part 1 of the workbook, because this is the intricacy of the weave of our spiritual tapestry. It comes together so tightly, so beautifully, and it makes perfect sense. This world, this illusion doesn't make sense. It is upside down, it is chaotic, and the unforgiving thought proves it. It goes through, blares through everything, turns things upside down. We want to come to the space where all is forgiven and there is quiet and there is calm and there is peace, because these are the qualities of our Father's gift to us. So God is my Father, and he loves his son, his child. My true identity, and that's with a capital I, is so secure, so lofty, sinless, glorious, and great, wholly beneficent, and free from guilt, that heaven looks to my identity to give it light. It, my identity, lights the world as well. My identity is the gift my Father gave to me. My true self was given to me by my celestial parent, my source, my Father, my Creator. My Father gave it to me, the one as well I give the world. I share my identity with all of the world, with all of the sonship, because we are one. So we don't have separate selves and separate identities. We come to learn that we indeed are all one. And in that oneness, will we see the light? In that oneness, will we know our reality? This is reality, and only this. This is illusion's end. It is the truth. The truth is that God is our Father, and he loves his children. Now, we had lessons of that I am blessed as a son of God, and that I am the holy son of God, the holy child of God himself. And this is just coming back to that it is my true identity, and it's secure, and it's lofty, and it's sinless, and it's glorious, it's great, and it's beneficent. So in its beneficence, it blesses everything else, which is why it, my identity, our true identity, lights up the world. Now, the second part of this lesson is the italics. My name, O Father, still is known to you. I have forgotten it and do not know where I am going, who I am, or what it is I do. Remind me, Father, now, for I am weary of the world I see. Reveal what you would have me see instead. Now, in yesterday's lesson, in the prayer portion, it said, we are lonely here. We are weary of this world. This is a world of chaos. This is a world of upset and sin and darkness and pain and suffering. We are weary of that world. We feel lonely in that world because we know that that is not our true self. It is not our true home. I am one self with my Creator, and with my Creator I belong at home with him, with all of my brothers and sisters. And then forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, which is how we tie in our special thought with this lesson, that God is my Father, he loves his Son. My true identity is the Son of God, the light of the world, and forgiveness is my function to perform as that. And when we say our name, we have forgotten, but we had lessons that I call upon God's name and on my own, and the name of God is my inheritance. The name of God is who I am. The name of God is what has been given to me. The name of God is how my identity is shared with my celestial parent and with all of the sonship as well. So that's it for today. I hope it helped. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please pray for that moment when we know the truth of who we are, and even for just a small amount of time, we claim and know our true identity today. Namaste.